What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ance Strong. We're back again. It's Monday. That means it's Market Monday time. Let's talk about how we can make you some stubs, and then we'll be the show 21 this week. A little bit of a light week on the content side. Obviously, we had a massive week last week. We had the inning program. We had Player of the Month. Shout out to all y'all that cashed in on Player of the Month. Man, a lot of people did really well. Y'all were telling me what prices y'all were buying at. Those Player of the Month cards definitely shot up, especially you're getting some of those boys at quick sell. Good luck to all y'all that cashed in there. Let's see if we can make some more plays this week. Now, as we did mention, it is a lighter week in MLB The Show 21 content that we can see thus far. The schedule only has us through Friday, and with only a little bit on Friday, there could be even something else playing on Friday that we don't know about yet. Most likely not, but a bit of a light week. Obviously, we did just have the Conquest map that dropped yesterday, so that Conquest map is still affecting things. We'll talk about that here in a minute, and we'll most likely get a schedule update tomorrow whenever the new headliner pack drops. If you want to keep up with our thoughts when the new schedule does get updated, the new content calendar, when that does update, definitely be sure to drop a follow on Twitch, link down in the description below. We'll be live on Tuesday. We'll take a look at the content calendar and see what kind of different plays we may be making with whatever more knowledge and insight we get at that point. Also, last night we did acquire Chipper Jones finally, through all the server struggles, through all the time me not really playing and doing other things. Chipper Jones finally been acquired. You'd love to see it. Of course, we're gonna have that video coming out this week, both his debut and our process about how we went and got him, so be on the lookout for that. Let's jump into the content with MLB The Show 21 this week. So first, we did have this Mother's Day Conquest map. When we look at the goals here, I'm covering some of them up, but you do get a 5 show pack for capturing all the strongholds. I think there's like 2 ball impacts there as well, so I imagine a lot of people haven't gone after those, haven't completed those yet, so we could see those people getting those packs. 2 ball-ins, that's a lot of golds that are gonna get thrown around. We could see that have a slight impact. Over the last weekend, we kind of saw the market kind of just settle where it had been. Didn't really move too much because those free 10,000 subs that SDS gave out to everybody. Of course, if you haven't, be sure to head over to the shop, get your free bundle. You get some packs, some free subs, Team Affinity vouchers, all good things. But we saw that kind of offset any packs that we got. So these Mother's Day packs, you see, I haven't even gone through it either. Didn't really play a ton yesterday. Was just on for a couple ranked seasons games and getting chipper. So people are going to be coming through, completing these games, getting those ball impacts, and we could see the golds maybe just drop ever so slightly. We come and take a look at the marketplace here. We see live series players are well up. Acuna has surpassed 200k, Mookie up to 98, DeGrom 146, Garrett Cole 107. Some pretty wild numbers. Belly down to 86, which is strange. That seems like a good price for him. Some of these lower diamonds, though, have been dropping just a little bit. There's some good prices with these lower diamonds. I think part of that is due to those ball impacts that some people have been getting and bringing in the market on these down. I mean, Trey Turner 13. These have been cards closer to like 14. Some of the relievers have been up for some reason. We see Aaron Nola down to 8,200. We look at his marketplace, we can see that's a pretty significant drop. He's even recovered just a little bit, but I'd be on the lookout for that. Some of these could drop into tonight, into tomorrow. Live series wise, obviously we have some clear obvious upgrade choices like Bogarts and Lance Lynn, although Lance Lynn at 4k, if the hype gets to a level of Bogarts, that's still a pretty good buy at 4k. And even guys like Lamet at 1,500 stubs, and 84 overall at 1,500 stubs is a really good value. He's been selling close to 2,500-ish. Had just gotten there, dipped back down. If you can buy them for 15, some for 25, that's a great flip. Nelson Cruz at 17 is another good value. Look at that price dip that he's just had. That is going to recover. He's not going to get back up to 4,800 stubs, but he could easily get back up to 3, a little bit north of 3. You're buying at 17. That's a good price. So we definitely still have a deflated market right now. Please don't go buy Stan at 6,800 subs. Just please. I just have to say this. Just please. He's playing great. But please don't. Just don't do it. It'll be okay. I promise. There's better options. Marte, an 83 at 11. I mean, we're getting 83s at close to quick sell. I'm taking almost every 83 overall I can at quick sell value. Look at this, just less than a week ago, Pete Alonso was 3,200. Let's take another look at like a guy like Etel Marte, who was playing really well before he had an injury. He was getting somewhat close to 2K just about a week ago. Now right down around quick sell. So a lot of value in these low golds right now. Hold them for exchanges for Team Affinity Stage 2. That could be right around the corner. Here's one especially though, Ozzy Albies. Not only is he extremely cheap right now, has been relatively cheap. He was holding around 4,500. Dropped down from there with that first content day that we had. Been holding around, and he's had a couple peaks around 2,500. We're going to talk more about roster updates here in a little bit, and then later this week, dude, I think Ozzy Albies is going to get a diamond at some point this year. But that's a whole different conversation, but that's just a great buy. An 83 at 1,100, 1,200 stubs. That's a solid play. Again, Team Affinity 2 could be coming around the corner. We could have exchanges there that people are going for. Who knows what's coming up? But golds at 83, as long as they don't decrease in overall, are a really solid buy right now with where the market's at. But just keep an eye on that, especially if you're getting them at quick sell, man. That is a solid play if you're looking for a place to spin your stubs. I think they should rebound over the next couple days, especially have a lighter content day this Friday, and we don't get a ton of free packs. Those are going to be slowly rebounding over the next couple days and getting back up in price until kind of we have our next big content release that provides those packs. Now, speaking of the light content, we can see we should get a schedule update tomorrow, but as of right now, all we know is 5/14. We're getting the roster update. We're getting the All-Star Player Program and the new event. Player Program shouldn't have too much an impact. Maybe there's some sort of exchange there, but its All-Star Player Program could legitimately be essentially anybody. So can't really predict there. New event in terms of pre-investments, not a whole lot to do there. Of course, there could be event restrictions, or there will be event restrictions. That could impact the market, but probably nothing crazy on that front either, especially when we don't really have anything to work off of. But in terms of making stubs, events is going to be a great way to do it. Grind out those events and get that event win total, get those player cards. Those are going to sell for a lot of stubs right out the gate. And let's keep an eye on what packs are coming with that as well. If there's a 42 series pack per se early on in that program, keep an eye out for that. We could see those cards then take a pretty good dip. Could be a good time to buy them up if you're going for Jackie, or a good time to buy them up and just hold them for a little bit for a recovery after that. So we'll keep an eye out on what rewards come out with that new event. And then of course we have the roster update. That roster update probably is our best opportunity for making subs this week. You know me, I'm a big sell off the hype guy. Honestly, that, you know, if we're talking to specific players, that Lance Lynn at 4K, I feel like he's a pretty firm lock for going diamond. There's never a sure thing, but we've seen the locks for diamond, so to speak. He's under those other ones. He's cheaper than Stanton. He's cheaper than Bogarts. He's cheaper than some of those other guys. So I can see him getting up to 7,000-8,000 come Thursday night, right before the roster update drops Friday. He could go diamond. He may not. Maybe they want to see one more start from him. His first start back wasn't as great, but I think at 4K, that's a good value. And I think now is a good time to start playing for some future roster updates as well. There's some people that are starting to kind of make some plays and look out for future roster updates, because this one is not going to be as aggressive as that first one. That first one, they had a whole month's worth of games to play with. This one, we're working with just 2 weeks. And then, of course, compared to last year with 60 games, they were more aggressive as well. So look for a little bit more of a tame roster update this week, but certainly will definitely be downgrades and upgrades across the board. Good ways to cash in on those cards who do get upgraded and downgraded. And we will have our roster update full predictions, our final predictions, coming out a little later this week as well. So stay tuned for that. So that does do it for this week. Again, a very light week content wise, based off what we know so far. That could all change on Tuesday. We could be working with something entirely different. All that being said, though, I think there's a lot of plays to make stubs. I think there's some solid margins in the market for flipping right now. Just straight up, you want some help on that, check out the show zone. We also did a video yesterday where we made $60K in an hour flipping. You can click that link right up there to check that out. I think there's some solid plays on that front with the market moving, and I see some deflation in the market, especially with some live series diamonds and more specifically some higher overall live series golds who aren't necessarily hyped up for the roster update. I think there's a lot of potential with those and increasing in value as the week goes on. If we're just looking for some cards to flip that aren't going to drop out from under us, I think that's a really good play. You could buy a handful of them, flip a handful of them, hold on them out for the rest of the week, and just see how that market changes on them. I think we see some slight increases in the market. SES has been dropping a ton of free packs over the last week between the thank you bundle, inning program, 2 conquest maps. A ton of free packs has really crashed the market quite a bit. It's about time we start working our way back up just a little bit. Of course, for everything that's under a 90 overall diamond, as we can see, those 90 overall diamonds are just climbing. They're not going to stop anytime soon either. Let me know down in the comment section below. Of course, if you have any questions regarding the market, what you should be doing with your subs, where you should be tackling things, let me know. Let's chat the marketplace. I try to get back to as many people down in the comment section as I can. Of course, don't get back to anybody, but I do try my hardest. So let me know and we can talk the market down in the comments. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support on Market Monday so far this year. Until next time, though, I'll catch y'all around.